So it shouldn't come as any surprise to anybody who's familiar with this program or, with the things that I've said before. But look, your group interests, this is the nonsense that so many libertarians go into. They're like, because I'm an individualist, now I no longer have any recognition of a group identity whatsoever. I am not allowed to recognize groups because I'm a libertarian. I have my fucking blinders on and I can only see straight ahead, right down my individualist fucking path. No. You know what? I'm a libertarian and an American and I'm white and I'm male and I'm heterosexual. I have a fucking identity. I live in New Hampshire. I am a gun owner. I am a card-carrying member of the NRA. I am a registered Republican. I happen to be a member of a few groups there, Jack. And some of those memberships are voluntary and others are not. That doesn't mean that I no longer recognize, because I'm like, hey, don't fucking initiate force against me. It doesn't mean that I put on fucking blinders and I stop being a member of groups. It doesn't mean that my individual interest is not tied to the interest of those groups. I happen to be a member of a racial group known as fucking Caucasians. And if Caucasians are under motherfucking attack, then it is against my individual interest to allow that to happen. It is in my individual interest for me to stand up for my racial group while other racial groups conspire to exterminate me from the planet Earth. It is in my individual interest as a man to stand up for the interests of men, because if men's interests as a group are diminished by the government, then my individual interests are not served. What the fuck don't you people understand about this? I went into this so many different times on Free Talk Live. They're like, oh, that's collectivist thinking. That's collectivist thinking. Well, there's a whole lot of collectivist thinking. People are conspiring against me. It doesn't mean because I'm an individualist that I believe in the primacy of the individual that I don't have a group interest. My individual interests are not served by allowing my group to be fucking diminished. And if you don't recognize that, then you are not, libertarianism starts off with a certain underlying principle that I think most people fucking ignore. And that is that there is an objective fucking reality in this world, okay? You cannot pursue libertarian ends at the very least and not work within that confine. There are certain, we try to sum it up and say non-aggression, 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 or individual, whatever the fuck you want to sum it up to. But the underlying idea is that there is an objective reality. And if you're going to say, oh, well, I choose to interpret things completely differently than the world actually functions, then guess what? Then your libertarianism is shit. Then you're not going to accomplish fucking anything. You're not going to survive long enough to pursue a political goal.